All right, Mama, I got up in my high drag since you're back on TV now and too good for us bootleg queens.
Did somebody order a bootleg queen and need a refund? And by TV, you mean transvestite, right? But how are you, Lasagna?
Bootleg opinions.
As a queen, I'm always on the go. Which is why I want to share with you this new game that I love playing, called Merge Cooking.
So what is merge cooking?
It's a game that you can merge everything together and build your very own restaurant empire. You get to organize, sort, and merge things together with such a satisfying reward feeling. The best part? You can play it even without internet connection. And that is why I love playing it on the bus, the train, and if I'm lucky, the plane. And not gonna lie, I play it right before I sleep too, because it really calms me down.
Please tell me more.
The game is all about smart merging, not just tapping here and there and call it a day. Girl, they've got puzzles, challenges, and all in all, easy and fun to play and slay. And also, you can unlock over 10,000 world cuisines across themed restaurants, from Paris to Tokyo. And don't forget, check out their equipment fusion by merging tools to create unique cooking systems.
Huh, this sounds like a game for me.
And I know you all love some drag. So why not dress Leah in iconic outfits from every country by styling Leah in her world tour wardrobe?
Girl, I'ma download the game right now.
So what are you waiting for? Download the game ASAP by going to the link in the description, or by scanning the QR code on the screen. Use my special codes for new players to get amazing gifts. Plus, no Wi-Fi, hidden fees, ads, and in-app purchases. So start playing for free, baby! Woo!
I am sickening, Mama. I just watched your episode and I gotta say, the Slaysians got me gagging.
Why?
Because it was just so like cunty, I feel like the girls were very like nip at each other. I thought the looks were great. I've never watched, really another franchise. This is my first time I'm ever gonna like actually commit to fully watching another franchise. So I didn't know who the host was. I didn't know if I needed subtitles. It was a whole new experience for me.
Well, so you're basically watching this season being held at gunpoint, right? You're being forced to watch this season.
No, I'm watching it because I love you, crazy.
Oh, okay. By the way, before going on to Slaysian Royale, we bounced back ideas back and forth, me and Laganja, for a little bit. And when I hit her up, I was like, can I go over some looks with you? She picked up the phone video. She was like, oh my God, are we talking about bootleg opinions again? And then I told her, All-Stars, Slaysion Royale, all Asian cast. Then she brightened up.
Yes. I brightened up the minute I found out you were going back to the competition, and I feel so grateful that you trusted my opinion and you wanted to, see what I had to say about your looks. So that meant a lot to me, sister, and I'm just so thrilled to see you back on my TV screen where you belong.
Okay, so, what if I end up in the bottom because of you?
Well, I don't think you're gonna end up in the bottom because of me, doll. I didn't make any of the looks. I just suggested and was there as a bouncing board. So at the end of the day, Mama, if you end up in the bottom, that's on you.
Yes, I do. But anyway, let's talk about the episode, shall we? Because we only have about 40 minutes left because you're 50 minutes late, so we have to rush through some of these looks, okay? So
wow, just dusting the doll online. Mama, I put on a wig. I put on lashes. I've got creative makeup. I was really trying to do it up, sis.
I know, but I also have another job to do because I am $5 away from filing for bankruptcy. So we're gonna talk about the entrances and the 2 runways in this episode. And in the end, if y'all have questions or comments that you want to ask, we're more than happy to answer for all of you, all right? So the first category is entrances.
Are we live?
No.
Well, how are they going to ask us questions and we're going to answer? You mean for the following weeks?
Yeah, or in the YouTube comments.
Oh, right. Comment down below.
So, we're gonna speed through these entrances really quickly, okay? We first up have Arizona. The look, it's one of those looks that at first glance you like it, and the more you look at it, it's what's going on? I wish that she didn't add the eyes on there. I get it, it's a reference, but I would say that either she does all camp for the hair, the outfit, and the eyes, or just give us a very pretty outfit.
I like the look. You took the words right out of my mouth. The first time I saw it, I was like, oh, I like it. And then the more I looked at it, I was like, do I? I felt like the shawl was also constricting her arms, so I didn't love that aspect. I do think the eyes were cool. I disagree. I thought that was a nice nod, but I got the reference. But overall, it was giving Adele, very safe, very classic, very chic, but safe.
Got it. Next up is me, and I'm wearing the exact same look. I am giving you what? Cheap out Asian punk and I like this look. So the hair, personally, I would like it instead of here instead. It would have framed my face a lot better. And I would have done maybe tights or something like that, like to really tie in the whole look together, to bring the look from the legs all the way down to the shoes. But, you know, those didn't get made in time, so it is what it is. No favoritism to me, even I'm the queen judging myself.
Okay, because I was just about to ask, like, how real do I get to be with you? Do I get to say what I really think?
Say what you want to say, because seriously, you know, you've been on Drag Race before.
Yes.
Some of the looks that you have in your mind don't get executed correctly by the designers, and
Right.
sometimes things don't go the way that you plan.
It's a mixture of things, yeah.
Yeah. Also, sometimes you might not be able to find the things that you want the day off and you're rushing, so yeah. This look,
Right.
I feel like I could have done better.
Well, I really liked the look. You were giving me, like, Chinese takeout trans,
You whore.
and I loved that. I thought it was really cool how you deconstructed the dress and used all the pins and the rings and the chain. I thought that was really interesting. If I had one critique, it would be, again, kind of like what you were saying about how the legs didn't really feel like they tied into the outfit. So I'm
same.
not a huge fan of fishnets unless you're giving me a Chicago cabaret vibe. So what I think would have been cool is that chain that was on the side of your dress. I wish that chain had continued down like fringe and we had had more chain in between the legs. Then we could have still seen your nice long lean legs, but we would have been getting something down there that would have brought the punk element into this. The only other thing that I would have like loved to have seen, I loved the menu. I thought that was so cute, but I wish you'd had one of those like takeout bag purses. Like a big giant one. Like I think that could have also just gone with the menu and been like another way to like elaborate on the look and make it more like memorable, you know? But I disagree. I love your hair. I think your hair is super cool, and I think had you moved it back, I think this is totally framing your face. I love the gold tinsel. I love that there was rings and apparatuses in the hair that matched the outfit. I definitely think it was a very good look. I also think it was safe.
Yeah,
But I
same.
think it was good. I think that if you'd had just one more element, whether that been like the legs or the bag or like just one more thing to like push it, but I think you look really cool, and it's totally a dress that I would wear.
Cultural appreciation.
Yes, mama. Also, can we just talk about the fact that you're like the narrator?
Am I? You think so?
Yes, girl, especially in this beginning when everyone's coming in with the looks. It's all your sound bites. And I was like, I'm living. You were totally narrating.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Because I was there and then I'm watching back, so like I don't think the same way as an audience member, so hearing it from you and other people is a different take of it, you know what I mean?
No, to me, it was very much coming off as like, you've done TV, you're a professional, and I felt like the other girls were a bit shy. So I thought it was like great that you were kind of like leading the pack in that way.
Oh, thank you. Also, when I went back for the entrance, I knew that I didn't want anything to relate back to season 10. I wanted to be a new 2.0 Yuhua, being introduced to the work. Because you know, it's like sometimes people like, and I know some of the queens did it too on the entrances. They referenced their original season. But coming back, I feel like it should be fresh. It should be new. It should be a reintroduction than just, hey, this is what I'm hanging on to.
I agree. And also, I was kind of gagged. You dropped your last name. Is that like officially a thing now?
Yeah, it's officially a thing now too.
Well, I love that you're a one-name queen now. I'm living.
Yeah, just like Madonna. We next up have Brigiding giving you glamour, follies, very old school Hollywood. Pretty, but safe.
I agree. It's safe, but I would say of the 3 safes we've just had, this might have been getting a bit warmer. It was giving a bit more rich, but there wasn't anything about it that I have never seen. It's well done. It's nice. It's expensive, but yeah, I don't think I'll remember this look at all. No. Beautiful face, though. I love her mug.
Yeah.
Lots of beautiful mugs. Also some not so good mugs. But I was going to say that about you, too. Your mug looks so good. When you first came out, damn.
Oh, I actually spent a little bit more time than usual for Bootleg opinions, and so did you today, too.
I did! Just for you!
The bootleg queens are no longer bootleg. We are becoming slowly official. Okay, next up is Siam. Do you want to go in?
Hold on. Well, no, there's no way. Oh, because it's ringing on my computer, so it's ringing in my... Girl, the text messaging. Okay, I'm distracted, and I'm medicated, and I'm watching you on my TV screen, and what? What are we saying?
Siam.
That's who's up next from Thailand, right?
Yeah.
Up next from my favorite place in the entire world, Thailand, it's... Wait, what's her name? Mumbai?
It's Siam Pussy.
Oh, Siam Pussy. Yes, I've met her. She's very sweet. Here is Miss Siam. Now, I don't know about this intro. She was given lots of speeches and vocals, and there was lots of things going on, but the look is sickening. I lived for the look. I thought it was really cool. Now, I love this tight because it's like a printed tight, and so I feel like that really gives her legs like a nice texture and brings up the black from her legs into the arms. I love the traditional Thai adornments on top. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I'm obviously going to gravitate towards her this season. She is representing a culture that I love so much, and I find Thai aesthetics to just be really beautiful. So, yeah, I loved the look. I thought she killed it.
Yeah, Laganja is an Asian woman trapped in a Caucasian body. Yeah, speaking of Siam, love the look. So behind the scenes tea about this when she was coming in, me especially, since I am not too familiar with the Thai language, when she was talking and singing, I was like, what's going on? Are we doing retakes? Is she struggling? Is she actually saying something meaningful that was getting to a point? So I was just standing there like, very confused, smiling, just trying to be respectful about it, right? But yeah, this look, love. It's giving me very futuristic, it's giving me very insecty, and the sunglasses, the breasts, and I love her take on the Thai culture and give us a fresh take on this too. Love, 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 love.
But how did no production assistant tell her to wipe the lipstick that was on her chin? That was hateful. I was like, they set her up for that.
It's Drag Race Philippines, girl. The messier it is, the better, girl. They love the natural way of things, you know. I'll tell you that.
Right. Maybe she was sucking something delicious before she got on stage.
Yeah, a red lollipop. Next up is Viñas, and she's serving you red, and she's doing a tribute to her season when she gave a look that was half human and half human. I know that a lot of the girls, even in all across franchises, the entrances, you try to do something a little bit more simplistic that you can move in, but she gave us a grand dress, and the wig, I would have done something different. Maybe an updo, because I've seen her other photos before on Instagram where she gives regal, high drag. But I understand why she wore this wig, because you never know what is going to happen when you enter. They could be throwing water at you, they could be having you lip sync, they could be having you running, anything is possible. So I can see why she wore this wig the way she did.
I agree. I knew something about the look was off, so leave it to you to just nail it. Because I do think the dress is really cool. It's got a lot of, like, details to it. I love the, like, blood strings that are hanging down. I love these kind of wings that are in the front. I like how in the beginning we thought she was faced back, but she was actually facing forward. But yeah, I think it's the wig, because even the mug to me is so soft and pretty. And when they were showing her from her previous seasons, I was like, oh, wow, she is gorgeous.
Yeah.
But I think the wig just... She was trying to give puss, and instead it just gave flat.
I love having you back. I had a Panay Queen on Arizona, because it was her first time doing bootleg. So, the first few times doing bootleg, a lot of girls, they always sugarcoat it, hold back. They're like, I love this for her. That's my sister, but this is not for me. Yeah. But you just say it, and I say it too, so that we can go do our thing afterward. Because the faster you say it, the faster we move on and get this shit over with, right?
Down.
Yeah, we got shit to do, honey. Just like RuPaul says, I've got shit to do. Even filming her own show too. I've got shit to do. When is this shit gonna be over?
Next up from Down Under, honey, it's Ivory Glaze, and she is giving us a really unique outfit with a unique wig color choice. I did not understand at all what I was looking at, but I kind of liked it. I kind of thought the outfit was interesting. I liked I'm not for sure if it was ostrich feathers or what, but it had something that was moving and flying in the wind. I just felt like the neck was too high up, and I wish she'd gone with a purple or a pink or a colored wig. I didn't really love the gray wig.
This outfit is very Bushwick to me. It's very quirky. It's very out there, right? It's like very Crystal Method as well. I understand what you mean about the hair. I would have done a different hair because this outfit, it's very current, it's very artsy, and the wig, it's just too perfect. It's too old school. I would have done maybe like a ponytail to clean it up so that we can still see her face. And props to her for wearing a really heavy breastplate on this entrance look though. But yeah, it's fine for me though.
But don't you think that's what's causing this like claustrophobic neck and like weighted front? I think that was the issue for me, was the breastplate. Why?
For me, it's not the breastplate. Maybe that piece was needed there because to cover up the seam of the breastplate. I would have done a different hair so I can still see her ears, and also to have the hair match the outfit that she's going for, because these are two different things going on.
Yeah, it just feels like a head on top of a body. I don't know. A head on top of a body. Well, I guess that's what we all are, but you know what I mean.
Yes, I do, baby. Next up is Brandy, and isn't she adorable? She is like the Filipina Nicki Minaj. Love the look. It's giving a reference to her original season's look. Yeah, love. It's very pastel, cute, young.
I thought it was a cute look. I was definitely getting Nicki Minaj. And I'm not really a Barb. I'm more of a Cardi B stan. So, you know, I like it. I felt it was safe. I saw some of the other looks in her packages and was like, oh, wow, she is a look queen. I'm very excited to see what she served. I thought she did great later on in the show. But this look, to me, is not what I think her persona is. To me, she's giving sex siren, and this is giving, like, cutesy little, like, I don't know, Marsha vibes. It's very 60s, very mod.
Marsha.
So, yeah, I mean, I liked it, but I wasn't blown away by any means.
Yeah, like I said before, entrances, the more you watch Drag Race, the more simpler they get along the years, because you just never know what's being thrown at you. You know what I mean?
I do, but I just think this is your first look. It's gotta make a statement. You've gotta be memorable. Next up, all the way from Belgium, we've got
No,
Miss
not
Kitty
Belgium.
Spade.
France.
Oh. Next up, all the way from... Next up, all the way from France, we've got Miss Kitty, and she is serving us zip tie sequin dress down. Now, I'm not for sure, again, how these two colors correlate. I wish the zip ties had been yellow, but I really like the silhouette. I think it's got interesting textures. I love that she tied it back up into her hair. So I think it's a pretty good look.
I think it's okay. I think this color with the wig, the zip ties, and also the color of the sequin dress washes her out completely. I would have done a different shade of green even, maybe a different color wig to go along with the dress, because it's all washed out. You know what I mean?
I do, but now I'm like, actually the blonde hair goes with the zip ties, so now maybe I don't hate the color combination so much. But I agree, it is washing her out, especially in the makeup. Like, I think she could have done something a bit bolder.
Yeah, something bolder. Even sunglasses with like stones on there, if she comes out like that, that would have been cool too. Yeah.
I also think she doesn't have a great correlation with her legs. They seem a bit bare.
Yeah, it's safe. Next up is Ting Wong from the UK, baby. Is it giving Asian? Yes. I like this look. But the wig, it's f***ed up. And she knows that it's f***ed up. She even told me that it's f***ed up.
Yeah, the wig was frightening. I was so concerned. I was like, what is going on? Is this her real hair?
She's bald.
I did not understand the hair at all. But, and again, I wish a red lip, mama. Too many nude lips overall on the cast. I was like, can we get some pop in here? You got all this beautiful color on and then the face is just washed. But I did like the outfit and I totally got the reference as well. And I thought it was very pretty and very classic.
I also like it too because it's also a fresher take into it, because we see the Asian inspiration throughout the outfit, but then we got the high leather boots. It's a different take on it.
Yeah, the high slit revealing the high boot is definitely fierce.
Yeah.
Next up from Belgium, it's Madame Yoko. Wow, she is serving us mod. I think it's super cute. I did not understand the suitcase at all. Was that ever explained?
No, I think it was just like an entrance line. She was like going on vacation.
No, right? Yeah. Well, I think the suitcase should have been in the same print as the outfit. I think that would have been really cute. Ooh. I also wish the hair was a bit different. I think the hair could have been really cute to do something like even more 60s and mod, and maybe like in a blonde, and then have like the red, the blue, and the yellow like striped through the hair. So again, this is very, very safe for sure. It's just a simple dress, but I loved the print and I loved the vibe that she was bringing. So I think this could have been pushed into a really magical moment, but yeah, this was safe.
This is too safe for me. The suitcase, I understand what you mean. If it was the same print, it would have been cool. Because it just looks like, I came here with the Philippines, I packed some stuff. Here's a suitcase that's available, different material, and then she needs more makeup on too. Oh my god, Madam Yoko, I love you, but no, this is not it. I'm sorry.
I agree, and the makeup is concerning me. I saw a lot of interesting makeup choices being made, and I felt like, yeah, she needs more. It's kind of the, you know, Nicole Page Brooks vibe, where it's like, we're not doing that, you know, CD drag anymore, mama. We're doing high so pack it on. I mean, girl.
We're doing toaster drag, baby. CD, DVD, TV, and toaster.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have Suki doll representing Canada. Love the look from the fashion queen. It's a dark take to the look. It's retro. It's giving high horse. It's giving glamour. It's giving neon. I love the mix of the colors of the black and different shades of the green together. And those high heels, baby. Hard to walk in, but she did it, baby.
I agree that this is one of the better looks. I don't know that I agree with you on the greens. I mean, I do think it's more fashion and more rich that she went with that color green, but then it's like with the neon hair, I don't know. I almost wish the hair was moss or like it went from lime green into moss. Like I felt like there was just one little thing missing somehow, but I loved the two side pieces in her hair. I loved all the texture. I loved the attitude. I did think the bottom of the dress was a bit big. I wish it had been structured more so that it was like hard and more, I don't know, rectangular or octangular, but I thought she looked really good. I definitely think this is one of the best looks.
I understand what you mean about the hair. If she just moved the ponytail in the back, it would have been a better look. Because the hair in the front just covers up the details in the front of the green, so it kind of mixes in together, you know what I mean?
Right, and imagine if the pony was in the back and then it had that dip dye into moss, and so when she turned around, like, I just think that would have, like, but this is such a good look already, so we're really just nitpicking.
Yeah.
Next up, from the Philippines, we have my good sister, Miss Khianna, and I'm sorry, she was serving you! You even said it in your confessional, which, by the way, you look so soft and beautiful in your confessional. Aww. And you even said in your confessional how fierce she was walking down the runway, and I absolutely agree. She was selling the look. She was stomping for your nerves. I actually had to do a lip sync against her when I was in the Philippines last, and girl, she mollywopped me. She is amazing. And the lip sync in this episode, she was so fab, so fab. But yeah, I really love the look. The hair is so spot on. It's so cool. I've never seen anything really like it. I loved the 3D nature of the outfit. I loved the silver accents with the silver boots. I just thought it was super cool and she was rocking it.
Love, love, love the attitude she brought to the runway too. She's wearing a reference to her previous season as well. And she definitely gave us a Slaysian Royale queen. It's all about selling it too, you know, and she definitely sold it.
She did.
Yeah. Next category is roots, baby. All about your roots. We first up have Suki doll serving you the maple leaves of Canada. I think it's cute. I think it's cool. I have mixed feelings about this look because at one point I'm like, okay, I like it, and then at one point I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at.
I thought she looked beautiful. When she turned the corner, I was like, oh wow, she is a doll. She's stunning. I thought the hair was super interesting. I liked how it mimicked the outfit. I definitely do hear what you're saying about like, what am I looking at? But I don't know what I'm looking at, and I like it. I think the color is so beautiful on her skin. I just thought she looked really classy and, well. Next up, we have Miss Bernie, and I'm sorry, she burned it in this. Now, I do wish, of course, the lip was more of a color. I think she looks washed out in the face. I feel like maybe the band needed to be pulled down just a little bit. Like it was almost giving her too much forehead or something. There was just something was off to me in the face and the hair. I wasn't like getting the full fierce fantasy, but the look itself is amazing. Yeah. I loved the detail. I totally got the reference. I loved the movement, the volume. I thought it was a really cool look. But don't you agree? The mug is off.
A lot of mugs on this season will look a little bit rushed because they're very strict on time in the Philippines. Did you know that?
No.
They're very strict on time. Yeah. But anyway, next up is Something Wong serving you a refugee being in the UK. Do I wish that it was a little bit more? Sure, because it's still a bodysuit with a cape and a hat, but it is a clean and safe look though.
I agree. I actually didn't hate the look. I thought it was really cool because I got the reference immediately. I actually thought the bodysuit, the way it went over the shoes was so fierce. I was like, I need to do that with a bodysuit. But I agree. It's simple. It's safe. And again, the hair could be more, could be better. I could have had more roundness and like volume over here. It feels a little like sparse.
And I know they gave a critique about her being not too Asian in her look, but I think that there's so many various ways to be an Asian, not just chopsticks and...
I agree. I got the reference immediately. I could tell she was an immigrant in London.
And I feel like there's so many various ways to be an Asian as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. And like I said, I really got the reference. I felt like she was giving us an immigrant, like coming to London, trying to fit in, like with the suitcase. Like I totally understood the story she was selling. Next up, we have Miss Arizona Brandy. I liked that it was a story. I liked that it was a bold choice. I thought the headpiece was really cool. I liked the silhouette. Again, a safe look for me. Not gonna be like, oh, I loved it, I wanna wear it. But I thought it was well done, and I definitely felt like she was representing her country with pride.
I thought it was beautifully done. I feel like with a look like this, it can be done really wrong where it looks like a costume, but everything's so exaggerated, and the hat, the top, the dress, the chicken even was like dragged up. So I love this look on her, and she sold it down the runway when she went, "Baka, baka, baka," and she did that.
Yeah, so fierce. I agree. I also thought it looked like fashion. It didn't feel like a costume, so I think that's another reason why for me it really worked.
Next up is Ivory Glaze. Beautiful, but it's just giving me a gown. Sorry. Beautiful though, but it's just a gown.
Totally. It wasn't telling me anything about her or her background or what she was representing. It was just a nice gown with some cool hair.
Viñas is next.
Next up is Miss Viñas DeLuxe, and I did not love the look. I know she's trying to give us nurse, but I wasn't vibing it, sis.
Really?
I thought this looked like a costume, and it looked like, I don't know, something Renaissance-y. Like, I thought the silhouette was interesting. I liked the sleeve shape, but it just felt a little too costumey to me and not so much like fashion or bringing it forward.
Okay, I can see that. I can see both sides though, because I guess like I have some takes on Asia and also the Western culture too. So I can see your point about it being a little bit costumey, especially with the purple fabric at the bottom. It's very Renaissance-y, right? I do like this look. I love the exaggeration of the sleeves. I love how she played it with the needle. I love the hat. She looks beautiful. I think overall this is a great look.
I agree. She definitely looked beautiful, and again, seeing her in hair that was more pulled back, we could see her beautiful face. So I thought that that was like a good adjustment from her entrance. Next up, it's Miss Phusri, honey, Miss Siam from Thailand, and I love this look. When she came around the corner, I was like, oh my god, this is so Thai, and it's so fierce. I just love it. The color, the whimsy, the texture, the neon rainbow hair representing the fact that gay marriage is now legal there. Wow. I thought this was a spectacular look and definitely one of my favorites of the night.
Love, love, love as well. Not gonna lie, when I first saw it in person, just the dress itself, I thought it was a little bit costumey, like pretty crafty because those are just bows glued on. But watching it on TV with the lights and everything, this is so drag, so beautiful, so eleganza. The tall headpiece, the Ru badge that she's wearing, the dress, the beautiful colors, the shape of the architectural hips. This is so gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous.
Yeah, I can imagine, like you said, up close, maybe it did look a bit crafty, you know, but yeah, on TV, it just looks so expensive and the colors were just really popping and it really is so Thai. Like, the way that the neon hair kind of clashes with the outfit, that's very Thai. You see that everywhere, and it's one of the reasons I love it. It's loud and colorful and annoying, like me.
Yeah, everything about this look is just a fresh take to it that is giving drag and her Thai culture. You know what I mean? It's something that we've never really seen before.
Totally.
It's a different interpretation. Next up is Ding Ding Ding, Brigiding. She's giving you what? Culture. I love how she used unconventional material throughout this entire look. There's also hints of like My Fair Lady in there. It's very southern, it's very soft, it's very girly, but she's giving you Panay Queen.
I was blown away with this look. I think it's probably my favorite look from the first episode. I just think she looks So stunning. I got the reference immediately. It was so rich. It was so high fashion. This headpiece is so incredible. I mean, I loved it. I just thought this was so beautiful, so breathtaking, so rich. This to me is how you do it. Like, this is so fierce.
Yeah, and to represent her culture through the materials, wow, stunning.
Next up is Miss Madam Yoko. Now, Mama, the
Yoko.
mug and hair, I didn't understand. I was concerned. But I actually like the look. I think, you know, it's a bit boxy. You know, I don't know that it's like giving her the most feminine shape. But for me, the colors, the way it was lined, I thought that that was all really interesting.
Yeah, I'm okay with the outfit as well. I know the judges didn't really care for it. But I understand the reference. I understand what you mean about the hair and the makeup. She needed more. Something than just a wig with the crown plopped onto it, you know what I mean? Because this is giving very, like, bootleg opinions. You can plop a wig on, you tie it in the back, and then a crown. You sometimes.
Ah!
Me sometimes, too.
I mean, honestly, I didn't glue the wig down today, so yeah, I feel you.
Next up is Kitty's face, all the way from France. She's giving you Moulin Rouge, she's giving you the colors. Don't like this look. I thought it was a top and bottom, and at first, there was no boa, right? Because the boa was from Brigiding, and I think with the boa, it helped cover some of the stuff that's on the costumes, so it helped it get better. But yeah, this was not it for me.
So for me, when I first saw the look, I was like, oh my god, amazing. I know the reference. She's killing it. She took the boa off. She's got body. But then as I kept looking, like, really at the look, and like she turned to the side, and this like thing that's in the middle of her chest, it was almost 3D and round and puffed. I was like, wait, what? I started getting into the look, and I was like, no. The look is actually not that good. She sold it, and because it was the Moulin Rouge with the headpiece, and you know, it worked. It totally worked. It was safe. But I think actually the execution of the outfit was not very well done.
Yeah, like if you look closely at the details at the top and the panties, it's just stuff glued on. The headdress is the standout.
Next up is Yuhua representing the USA. I don't know how to feel about the look, Sistren. I definitely think the blue skirt needed to come up higher. I don't like how we saw the separation of your corset and the dress. I felt like that, like if the thing had come up higher waist, it would have looked better. I think maybe had you had ostrich feathers instead of tulle, that would have made it look a bit more rich. It was definitely a good blend of the Asian culture with the American culture. I saw that. I thought the hair was super cool. I loved the braids. I loved how big it was. But I don't know. I wasn't fully sold.
To be honest, I wasn't as sold either. So the designer that made this in 2 days before I flew out. So we didn't even have time for fitting. I flew the person out from Mexico to deliver the dress, and that person saved me for this runway because the original person that was supposed to make the look failed on me. So I do want to give applause to the designer that made this, even though we didn't have a fitting. About the look, I agree the skirt could have came up a lot more. The corset could have, you know, landed on my belly a little bit more. Yeah, but hey, I can judge myself, right?
It isn't a bad look. It was definitely safe. You know what I mean? It wasn't the worst look of the night. And I loved the big red puff glove with the red earring. Like, there are definitely moments of it that I think work. I just feel like you needed more time with this. The idea was there. The execution was just missing. Because like you said, like the corset was like a V, kind of jutting off your body. Like, I wish that had laid flat to your stomach.
Yeah.
And then honestly, all the crystals that were up top, I wish those would have just continued on the blue, and then ostrich feather. So basically, you just needed to spend like another $3,000 and it would have been amazing.
An extra 2 more weeks as well.
And this is why I don't go back, because it's like, Jesus, here she is fully bedazzled from head to toe, and yet we're reading it.
And I'm reading it too.
It's like, damn, it's so hard to be on this show.
No, but seriously, thank you, Danielle, for making it work. Like, you had 2 days to make it work before I flew out, and
yeah, this is amazing for 2 days.
I flew out with the look in my hand after it arrived, because he literally come and saved me. Even though, like, we're judging it, I want to thank you so much, Danielle. Otherwise, I'll be walking down that runway in bra and panty, girl. So there's actually a little bit more to the back end of the story. So the original concept was completely different from this, what you're seeing. So the original designer that was supposed to make the original concept had me running around in circles for days, and then it turns to weeks, and then it just flopped. The costume flopped. So then I was able to hit up Danielle. I said, can you make this concept? He said, no, there's not enough time. But what he can do is use one of his patterns that he has already to create something that I want. So then I thought of the red, white, and blue for a pattern that he already has, and props to him. He made this within 2 days, and for that, I am forever grateful for it. Last up is Khianna, honey. I love the look, baby. We've got the basket in the back. We got the, I think they're hay, right?
Yeah.
We got the, what do you call those?
Wheat?
No, when you, what is that thing called?
A fan?
No, hold on. I'm just gonna say nature, okay, so that I don't get canceled. I love this look. We got baskets in the back. We got nature in the baskets. I love the horn. I love the muscle and the packs and the outfit that's are built in. This is stunning. Stunning.
This look is iconic. It was so well done because she had a feminine shape, even though she had that like muscle suit on. I loved the colors, the texture, the story. I just thought this was so memorable. This is iconic. This was so well executed. It told a story. We got her reference. It's so fierce, girl. It's so fierce.
Yeah, so fierce. And she's giving you the symbolic animal of the Philippines, baby. With the dark lip. Ooh.
And the way the horns are made of hair is crazy.
Yeah. Next category is RuVeal, baby. What do we look for? A reveal. We first up have Suki giving you the lips, burlesque, red, baby. She takes up one outfit to the other, all beautifully, all well done. And she looks like she had rehearsal too. Gorgeously done. And the tie-in of the Valentine theme on the pussy and the anus was beautifully done too.
I agree. Some of these girls really struggled with the reveal, but she did hers so effortlessly. I loved the 3D hearts. I loved the kiss in the hair. I thought this was really, really good.
Next up is Bernie, and we love this wet look that she's got going on. She comes out into this shade of blue, into then a yellow dress, and then into a nude dress, serving you what? Sex, goddess, and body.
Now this is the kind of mug and hair I want to see from her for the rest of the show. It was so fierce. The mug shot was absolutely getting accepted. I didn't love the blue dress in the beginning. It felt more like a blue reveal coat, but I did like the yellow dress, and then the red and nude was such a surprise for me. So I think overall she nailed the reveal look.
Also, one thing that was missing from this, which I thought was really cool, it was the yellow dress, I believe. The way that she revealed it, it almost comes up like a whip. And then when she pulls the whip out, the whole dress unfolds. But we didn't see it here, but I also want to point out and shout out for her for that.
Next up is Ting Wong serving Oompa Loompa de Doompa realness. Now, I actually loved the beginning. Now, the hair and the makeup for me from Jump were a no, but I liked the look in the beginning. I thought it was really interesting. I like what she revealed to. But then at the end, when she took off the wig, had no bra on, just the orange tuck it up, I was like, Miss Thing, this is truly something. I was kind of like, wow, I loved the boldness of it, but it just did not look well executed by the time she got naked. And it was just sort of like a big letdown.
I understand what you mean. I'm watching back. I can see the point of the judges. But I also want to give her some grace as well, because we didn't know that these two categories were going to be together in one episode for a pageant, right? So I think if she had a different makeup, because we didn't really have time to change makeup, right? I think if she had like a clown makeup to go with this whole look, it would have read a lot more.
But no bra?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Not even just like make your nipples orange? I mean, something.
I'm okay with it. Well, I guess, because it is drag, but yeah, I understand what you mean. But you know what, but the thing is also, like, I also like androgynous drag too, you know?
Right. No, there's definitely room for everyone.
But also, like, yeah, I'm in Manhattan, and also I'm on Drag Race, but also Bushwick is, like, right there for me, you know? So, like,
True.
So I see both sides' drag of how they're both validating too.
Absolutely. I don't disagree. All drag is valid. But for me, I'm going to need you to cover up the tatas with something. I mean, even me who gets naked now every day, I have a little pasty. I mean, something.
Yeah. When in doubt, wear a condom. Next up is Arizona Brandy. The only issue that I have with this is that when she was coming out to do the reveal, she was already holding the dress. It seems like it wasn't on. It seemed like we already can tell that this is gonna go off already. But I do appreciate the fact that she has reveal after reveal, from the hair to the pussy to the bang.
I agreed. When she first came out, I was like, well, this is going to be a flop, Tina. But then she really surprised me. I loved the way she ripped off the top and it became a fan. I thought that was so fab. Did not see that coming. Now, you know how I feel about, you know, hair on pussies. And it's just, I get it. I know that's drag and with ha 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 and camp. But for me, that was a no, but I love that she then took it off and made it her bang piece. Now that was fierce. I did like that, but I didn't get the merkin part. That wasn't really, you know, for a doll like me, but overall I think it was very safe. I thought she looked beautiful.
Next up is Ivory from Down Under, baby, and she's giving you what? Her Chinese culture, baby, as a Asian. Love the red envelope take to this. She's giving you burlesque, she's taking off piece by piece, and of course, she does the wig reveal.
I loved this look. I thought it was so cute, so well done. And then, of course, the last gag of the wig, even though we'd seen the queen before her do it, I just was like, oh, wow, that was just like the perfect kiss goodbye. So I think she nailed the reveal challenge. Next up is Viñas giving us black and white for your nerves. Now, I actually thought this was one of the most interesting reveals. I was not expecting it. And when she did that pull and the fabric moved and you could see Jesus, I thought that was so innovative and cool.
Yeah.
Now, as a look overall, safe. But as far as like the reveal, to me, that was the coolest reveal I'd ever seen.
Yeah, I agree with you. The reveal of Jesus was cool. The look itself, clean, but it's a cool reveal. Next up is Siam Pussy, baby. Love the look. The reveal, she takes it off to the dress and then she shows up this beautiful, delicious platter of food from Thailand, baby. Serving us what? Culture, deliciousness, and food. All the spices, baby.
Again, I just think she's gonna be one to look out for. I loved this look. I loved everything about it. I thought it was so cool. I mean, I love Thai food. So yeah, I just thought it was so unique. And I loved how she came out and did her reveal. I do feel like it was missing one more reveal. I would have liked the skirt to come off, or I wish there was one more surprise. Like maybe out of the food came like a headpiece and she turned the food into a headpiece. I just wish there was one more final reveal, but I mean, this was beautiful.
You want to know a secret about her?
I do.
She's a man. That's the reveal.
Gag.
Next up is Brigiding, honey, rising from the ashes, a rebirth after a rebirth after a rebirth. Overall, beautiful.
I really liked this look. I was not expecting her to go from this dark black gown into this fiery phoenix, so I thought that that was like a really nice transition. I'm obsessed with the makeup and the way that it's 3D. I thought that that was so cool.
Next up is Madam Yoko. The first look, love. So fashiony. And then she takes it off. Oh, AliExpress.
Then she takes it off. Oh, AliExpress. That's a meme. I loved the first look. I thought it was so cool. And I actually didn't hate the second look. Again, for me, it's just the hair and the mug. I think if the hair and the mug had been elevated, she could have got away with the AliExpress because it was adorned with a harness and rhinestones. And I do think she did something to zhuzh it up. Not the most creative. We've seen this skin reveal a million times, but I thought this was safe.
Next up is Kitty Space. Similarly to Madam Yoko, the first look very fashiony. And then the second look, it's beautiful too. I love the hair, I love the makeup, it's very insecty.
I agree. I thought both looks were really beautiful. I, again, just love ostrich feather. The way it moves on stage, it's just so rich. I thought the headpiece was really beautiful in the way it tied in the feathers. For me, what was missing is that she needed to rip the skirt off and have one more reveal. Just feel like girls, when they do multiple reveals, it's like, you gotta have multiple reveals yourself then to compete with it. I wish she'd had one more, but otherwise I loved the look.
Next up, it's me, Yuhua, serving you the reveal of Uncle Sam into a werewolf, baby! And the second look, the werewolf, I wish that I didn't vacuum sealed the look because all the fur just looked very flat, including the outfit. But going back and knowing that I will not be vacuuming the costume. But I do love the concept though. And oh, also, if we had this category on a different week, I would have done a different makeup too. I think it would have sold the look too. Because now it just looks like me looking like a labubu, you know.
Well, I agree. I thought your concept was amazing. This is one of the concepts we talked about, and I was like, oh, that's so unique. I would have never thought of that. So I want to applaud you for doing something really creative out there. I actually loved the first look. I loved how you had the thing tied around your face. I loved the big red and white. It kind of reminded me of the circus, but it was giving very USA. And then, I mean, sister, you know what I'm going to say. The second look, I mean, the hair was good.
And then the rest was vacuum sealed.
I mean, mama, I don't think that was the shredded clothes. She's got blood on it. I just don't know about this look, sis.
That was the purpose! Fighting, violence.
Just literally look like rat, 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 rat. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the point.
Right. But I just think you could have made it more fashion. That's all.
Okay. Is it fashion or is it fascist? And also, during the Q&A, everybody got a question that was like, okay, as an Asian person in this world, how can you make this world a better place? And mine was like, out of all these beautiful queens that you just met less than 24 hours ago, whose dream do you want to crush and send home? I was like, what the f? So I got smart, okay? So I got smart, diverted the question, and not answered it. Because, you know, you need alliances and all-stars.
Period. I thought it was very well maneuvered, and I was like, she nailed that.
Oh, did you even notice that all the, you know, Thai and, like, Filipino queens answered the questions, like, mostly with seriousness, and all the international queens answered it with camp or being funny? Because our experiences of being a Ru girl is to make RuPaul laugh, but over there, they literally took the Q&A as the literal Q&A.
Yeah, I gagged when the one girl got down and started doing push-ups. I was like, what is going on?
Last up is Khianna. Love the look. Though I do wish that the body bag was more than just a body bag. I wish there was more details on it, that we didn't see the inside of it though. That's my only one critique.
I just feel like we've seen this concept before, so if you're gonna do it, you've gotta really bring it. Now, I thought the brain was excellent, but I thought the body bag was supposed to come all the way off and she couldn't take it off, so she was like, yeah, I'll just keep it as a skirt. Like, I don't know, I just didn't buy it as a full reveal, but I liked it. I thought it was safe.
Now, out of all of these looks, who would want the episode for you for looks?
I don't remember them. There were so many looks, girl.
Say it, I need to go.
And these are my favorite looks from this week's episode.
And these are my favorite looks from this week's episode! Woo! Congrats, please! Yes! Well, anyway, Laganja! Woo-ha! So anyway, Laganja, so nice to see you. Any last words?
Well, my last words are, I am so proud of you, and whether your looks were my favorite or not, you will always be my favorite contestant, Mama You.
Of course, baby. Till next time, bye!
Hey squirrel friends, when one video ends, just click on another one. It's called cringe viewing. Go ahead, I support you.